Hello, today I am doing the BookTuber Pet Tag. Ironically, my cat may not be in any of this video. I tried to get him in for the thumbnail, I'll talk more about that later, but I didn't want to force him. I thought maybe he wouldn't be a part of this video at all because he was napping, but as I was getting set up for the video, he emerged, as he often does, and then causes chaos. But I won't talk about that too much either because that is related to one of the questions. Anyway, this tag was created by Spill the Reads and Book Reviews with Becky, and it's a tag for booktubers to talk about their pets. Actually, I'll talk about making the thumbnail now. So as he was emerging, I grabbed him and tried to put him on the bookshelf, and he went up to the top shelf. I was really trying to put him here, although he does sometimes go up to the top shelf on his own. And you may have seen my cat in some of my old videos. Whenever he comes in is kind of just when he wants to. I never force him to be in the video, but sometimes he likes to get in it. I will say the bookshelf isn't exactly his favorite hangout spot. There are places that are a bit more comfortable, so he'll usually be there. So you definitely won't see him in every video, but he has been in my videos, including my old ones when I was at the other bookshelf on the other side of my room. As he was sitting on the top shelf, he pretty much just bathed and scratched, which didn't look very good for a thumbnail, and then he complained, so I set him down. Normally I do not put him up on the bookshelf or in my filming space. I just wanted to try, but I definitely did not want to force him. Yeah, basically if he ever is in frame in the video, that was his own choice. It's kind of hard to just get a cat to go where you want them to, and it's not necessary, so I don't make him sit there. But yeah, that's the reality of being a booktuber with a cat, at least in my case, at least with my setup. I don't have a cute pet sitting on the bed in the background. If I filmed with my bed in the background, then maybe you would see him. Sometimes he hangs out there, certainly more often than when he hangs out in the bookshelf. But I'm glad that many people like my cat, and this video is an opportunity for me to talk about him more, and especially how he affects my video making. Question 1. Introduce your pets, be it furry, feathered, scaly, etc. So my main pet is my cat, Mochi. I have no idea what breed he is. I don't know cat breeds very well. I feel like I know dog breeds a little more. I also have a leopard gecko named Pablo and some fish. I have had Mochi for a year and a half. I got him in January of 2024, and he is about maybe 5 years old. I don't know his exact birthday. I got him from a close friend who had multiple cats, but Mochi wasn't really getting along with them. So we eventually took him, as I did not have a cat at the time. And I think he gets along better with just his humans and just by himself, not by other cats, it seems. I don't know why he was so unhappy with the other cats, but he seems happier being just by himself. Maybe he's just an introvert. Mochi was not his original name. We named him that because it was actually just a month before we got him. My husband and I watched the movie Big Hero 6, and in the movie there was a cat named Mochi, and I used to have a cat named Sushi, so to keep up with the Japanese food theme, we decided the next cat we got would be named Mochi, without even knowing what the next cat looked like, or what its personality would be like. And I didn't think we'd get another cat so soon, but we did. So yeah, I love Mochi, he's great. He does get in the way a lot when it comes to making videos and other things, but he exists, and we gotta learn to exist in the same space with him, so it's fine and understandable. While he is a bit feisty, I think that he is also very sweet, and he will sit on me a lot and give me love and support me. I think that cats can sense when we're stressed or anxious, and so sometimes he sits on me then. I think he loves me and cares about me. I think that he just expresses and shows his love and care in a different way, but I think that he's quite sweet. Question 2. Has your pet impacted your reading life? If so, how? I can't really think of any way in which he's impacted it. He's definitely impacted my filming, but that's for another question. Sometimes he does sit on me when I'm reading, and that's really nice. I think that adds on to the experience and makes it even better because I'm reading and I have a cat on me. So he does do that sometimes, and I like that. Question 3. Name some favorite books with your type of pet in them. I went through Goodreads to look at the books I've read, and I could be wrong, but it didn't seem there were a lot of books I read that had cats in them that were really featured strongly, but there were a couple. In the Hunger Games original trilogy, there is the cat Buttercup. He's not a major part of the plot, but there is a cat who is basically the main character's cat, although it's more of her sister's cat. I like him. There is also A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. This actually has a cat on the cover. So I know that this book isn't predominantly about a cat, but the cat is a part of it, and I still remember why the book has that title. Oh, he's joined again. This is a middle grade novel about a girl who has synesthesia. Looks like he wanted to be a part of the video, that's always nice. Maybe since I picked him up and put him there, he kind of got an idea that maybe I want him up here. Question 4. Would your pet be a hero or a villain in a book? I'm thinking maybe a villain. He's a bit feisty, as I mentioned, and he's, I would say, a bit greedy and gluttonous. I mean, he's still sweet, and in my life, he's definitely a good guy, but I'm just saying, in a book, he would maybe want to be a villain. I was trying to see how long he was going to stare at the camera. Question 5. What's your favorite cozy reading setup with your pet? Well, like I said, I can't really force him to sit somewhere he doesn't want to go. But I do really enjoy whenever I am in bed, which is where I read a good majority of the time. And I enjoy it when he sits in my lap. Sometimes he sits more like on my chest/stomach area, so that's fine as well, but maybe I prefer the lap. Question 6. If your pet could leave comments on your videos, what kind of feedback would they give? I don't know if he'd give feedback. I feel like he'd just ask for food. I mean, he has an automatic feeder, so he always has food readily available, but he specifically likes certain treats, so he'd probably ask for that. But that happens. Sometimes you get comments about things that are completely unrelated to the video, like especially those spam comments. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't make videos himself, so I don't know if he would really be one to talk and give advice about making videos. But I'd like to think that overall he'd be supportive and loving. Question 7. If your pet were in charge of a book club, what snacks or chaos would they bring? Adding more chaos is very realistic. I feel like the people who made this tag probably know cats pretty well and that this was not just made with, like, dogs in mind. I wanted to see if I could find the specific treats he likes. I'm not sure if we have any though, but it looks like we still have the box at least. So I'll see what those are. I don't think they're always exactly the same treat. They might be generally the same brand though. I don't think we only ever give him the same treats, but I'll try to show you an example of at least some of the treats we've given him. Yeah, it looks like these were some of the most recent ones. I think he really likes the gravy. So yeah, these are some treats he really likes. So I think he would definitely bring these to the book club. I was a bit worried that maybe picking up the empty box would make him think he was getting a treat, but that didn't really seem to happen. As for the chaos he would bring to the book club, just his usual antics, just his usual cat behavior. There are times when he definitely does not want to be touched and or bothered, and he'll let you know. He might scratch you or bite you. He can get pretty aggressive. So I think maybe he'd do that at the book club, like somebody would just say hi and then he would get upset and hit them. Question 8. How would your pet design a reading nook? Comfort forward, wildly impractical, or both? I think it would be both in a way because he seems to get in places that look very uncomfortable, but yet that's where he chooses to sit, that's where he chooses to sleep, so it's a little confusing for me. So I think his reading nook would look very uncomfortable to humans, but maybe it would be very comfortable for cats. I don't know, maybe something like that. Now it's time for the question I've been waiting for. Question 9. Have you ever filmed a video and had to edit out pet chaos? I've had to do that so much in just this video alone. Yes, that happens all the time. Sometimes, like I said, he'll emerge when I'm ready to film, which is fine. I don't mind him being here and he's got to exist too, but he'll start eating or drinking or using the litter box very loudly for all those things, or scratching or bathing, and sometimes I wait until he's done because I'm not going to make him stop doing the things he needs to do, but I don't know if the microphone will pick it up and I don't want those unnecessary disturbing noises to be in the video. So usually I just wait until he's done. There are certain noises I know will pick up, like scratching. I know that's definitely going to pick up, so I just wait till he's done with that. He has knocked over things while I'm filming, such as the keyboard in another area of the room. Sometimes he meows. He certainly provides a lot of distractions, but it's taught me more about patience. Sometimes while filming, I have to be patient because there's a distraction, which sometimes can be something that's going on elsewhere in the house, like another human. But I'd say the cat is definitely the biggest distraction, so I gotta work around that. But thankfully, I'm still able to make videos. Who knows, maybe he's just interested in the filmmaking process. But yeah, I am definitely sharing with you the reality of this, even though much of it is edited out. So yes, I have absolutely had to edit out all sorts of pet chaos. The final prompt says, pet name drop, tag a booktuber or more you'd love to see do this tag. There weren't many booktubers I could think of who I know have pets. It's possible there are some who have pets and I'm just unaware or have forgotten. I thought of Beyond Books, but I know she's already done this tag, so I went through the booktubers I follow. I'm going to tag an autistic reader. I don't think she's done this tag, and I believe she has pets. I think she has at least one dog, maybe a cat. So if she sees this, then she definitely does not have to do this. It's just part of the tag. I'm actually tagging people now as of recently. If I can think of someone where I'm like, you know what, I actually really do want to see their answers to this. But other than that, I just tag whoever sees this and wants to do it. You don't have to be tagged to do it. In fact, most of the time, I'm not tagged. I just see the video. I'm like, I'm going to do these questions too. But yeah, while I couldn't think of many books I've read that had cat characters, I think I've read about a lot of different pets, so that's been nice. So that was the BookTuber Pet Tag. I'm glad that Mochi decided to join us and give me a lot of chaos to edit out. Oh, I thought of another example of pet chaos I have to edit out. Maybe he'll be just causing trouble, like climbing up on something he shouldn't be, like trying to get on top of the computer, and so then I gotta stop him. That's another thing I've had to do while filming. Yeah, there's a lot. If you have pets, I'd love to hear about them. The leopard gecko and the fish are in the living room, so you won't see them in videos very much unless I've got a reason to show you them. But anyway, thank you for watching.